thanks for taking the time to have a look at a sneak preview of what we've got planned for the OCR Nationals course in 2010. The whole aim of this application is to make the delivery and the management of the course as simple and as easy as possible. Now, before we start, I want to point out a few things. We consider pupil safety to be paramount in everything we do. The whole system is protected by 128-bit SSL security, regularly scanned for web vulnerabilities. We're registered with the Data Protection Act, and our staff are CRB checked on an enhanced basis. Okay, so to begin with, pupils will be logging in here. Now, if you've dealt with any systems before, you'll know that pupil management can be a real pain. So to make things simple for you, what we have in place is pupils can create their own accounts, enter the first name, their last name and email address. Now this email address is not validated, so if you feel uncomfortable about your pupils putting their email addresses on the internet, then they can use a dummy email address in here, but they will need to remember to log in, and you won't be able to use any of the email features or password reminder features. Here they will choose their LEA, their school, and then they'll be asked to enter a school password. This will ensure that no pupils can sign up to your school unless they belong to that school. They'll also choose a group. These groups are predefined by you and they will be your teaching sets. Candidate number is optional and will be asked to enter their password twice. Once they've set up an account, they can go into the system, and this page will be specifying which units they need to complete in order to achieve the different awards for the OCR Nationals course. Something I'd like to point out right now at the minute is that this is a sneak preview. It's not fully developed. We've got an aim to have this completely developed and operational by the 1st of August. So once a pupil is logged in, they can choose the units they're going to do. Here's some sample units, and you can see straight away we've got some tutorials. These might be useful to set for homework, or they can use them as a point of reference in class. The units are all aimed to be relevant to them. So for example, create an animation for the World Wide Web. They might choose this unit, and they may choose computer graphics and possibly creating video. Once they've chosen the units they're going to do, they complete the units. You can see at the top are colour-coded tabs. Once they've started a unit, it'll change to yellow. When a unit is completed, it will be green, and if a unit is not completed, it'll be red. So the start of each task is a scenario, and then each assessment objective is split into tasks. These are quite straightforward and methodically follow the OCR Nationals ICT marking grids. With each task is a worksheet that they can use as an evidence sheet. These are colour coded. Red, take a screenshot. Green, type some text. Blue, do something. In addition, we provided very useful links to relevant sites, and in some cases we've provided resources available, tutorials available, and materials available that they can use in their presentations or the tasks they produce. So the pupils read what they need to do in a task, and they complete the task in a log sheet. Once they've completed the task and it's in their file, they'll tick. And you can see this changes colour. Now at the moment we're in development phase, this is green, but when it's finally complete, once they've ticked, it will be yellow. This means that it's pending agreement by teacher, and you'll see that in the teacher administration system that we'll show you later on. If the teacher agrees, then this will turn green. If the teacher disagrees, then it will turn red. to highlight to the pupil that there's some aspects they need to readdress. In addition, the teachers will be able to leave comments on what they need to improve, and these comments will be easily inputted by the use of a drop-down menu, and teachers can add their own comments or write custom comments to the drop-down menus that they use. So people would go through and complete tasks like so. At the end of the units, they'll be asked to evaluate their learning in terms of self-assessment and self-evaluation, and also there will be an opportunity there for them to evaluate the learning they've received and provide feedback to you as a teacher. Once they've completed their tasks, they can print the mark sheets, and these will give an overview of which units they've met and which they haven't. Another interesting aspect is each assessment objective begins with an introduction, and you can see here it says click below if you understand. Now a little later on we'll show you the teacher admin area, and you'll be able to clearly see there that if they don't understand what they're meant to be doing, this won't be ticked. If they don't understand, you know that you need to go back and go over some tasks again. Okay, so this is quite straightforward. This is the teacher account area. Pupils can also change their password if they feel they need to. I'm going to log out now and show you the teachers area. Okay, now again, this will have some information here for teachers. Straight away you can see pupil management. In pupil management you can add or remove pupils from groups. You can send the pupil an email, perhaps to remind them they need to complete some work. You can directly edit their tasks. Let's take the pupil we've just been looking at, completing tasks for. Here we go, this is the pupil we were just looking at earlier, and you can edit tasks in there. This will have a drop-down menu here and option buttons to say whether they have or whether they have not completed the tasks. But there's a quick way to do that, and this is the very powerful feature of this system. If you've taught OCR Nationals, you will know that the management of people and the pass or fail nature of the course means you've got to really be on top of what the pupils have done. So, we provided a pupils overview. This is the pupil overview area. This is one of the most powerful aspects of this web application. It has a list of all the pupils, which you can sort by last name, first name or candidate number. You'll notice along the top are the unit names and the assessment objectives and a breakdown of different components of the assessment objectives. For each assessment objective and each subtask, a pupil, when they tick to say they've completed the piece of work, this cell here will turn yellow. So for example, for reviewing existing video clips for A1P1, they will tick this, and in this pupil overview here, it will turn yellow. It will also turn yellow on their view in the task sheet. Now, as a teacher, when you look in their files, you can tick this. There will be a drop-down menu here to say yes, you agree that the pupil has met the assessment objective, subtask, or you could change it and say no, they haven't met it, in which case this will turn to red and the pupil's view on the task sheet will also turn to red. In addition, in terms of assessment for learning, there will be some drop-down menus here that you can use to select common comments that you might feed back to pupils. For example, they haven't printed their spreadsheet in Formula View. You can also add to these custom comments and write your own custom comments. They'll all be in a drop-down menu, so it makes it nice and easy for you to provide feedback back to pupils and assess their work. And you can see once a pupil has completed some tasks and you agree, it would turn to green. Okay. In addition, if you want to manage your data in Excel, for example, you can download a CSV file for all the data, which you can easily import into Excel for use at a later time. As a teacher, you can change your account, and you can delete pupils, and you can print their logbook. In fact, what this logbook is their mark sheet. So for example, you print a mark sheet and you would see that all of these pupils have perhaps achieved assessment objective 1. They haven't met everything for assessment objective 2 for the merit criteria, so you would know that they might not have gained a merit for assessment objective 2. Now, the way that I do my work is, as the moderator only needs to see a sample of files, I use this system to figure out where pupils are, and I use that in conjunction with looking at the OCR mark grids, and then I put the OCR mark grids, I only fill those in when the moderator needs to see me. Now this is going to save you a lot of time and a lot of hassle rather than going through a paper-based system. You can also see that you can filter for groups and select specific pupils from the groups. Okay, now that's where we are at the moment. I'm sure you've got a few questions. Here's a few common ones that I've had asked before. First of all, when is this going to be ready? We're aiming for full launch on the 1st of August. The next one is how many units will be available. We're aiming to have the most common units completed by the 1st of August. Another question you may have is cost. Well, this depends upon how many people take up the course, because this has taken a long time and quite a substantial amount of investment to create. So the more people who get involved in the free trial period, the cheaper the cost will be. We're looking somewhere around about £100 for a year. And when you consider the amount of time that that's going to save you and the quality of progress overview that you can get of where your pupils are and what they still need to do, I'm sure you agree that's a good value for money. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and please come and check back soon. As I say, we should be ready 1st of August. Sign up for a free trial. We'll let you know when we're ready. Thanks very much.